afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Mahola Makululu. I'll be doing a presentation for Alstom as one of the sponsors for SARA this year. I will focus my presentation on the high-speed portfolio that we have. But firstly, a little bit about Alstom for those who may not know. So we are present in 63 countries globally. We employ currently over 80,000 employees. With over 10,000 patents, which is an illustration of the strength of our engineering and innovation. And we are partners with over 300 cities with over 150,000 vehicles in commercial service today. So we transport over 90 million people every single day, and we offer services to our customers that ensure that we have reliable and efficient service that we provide together with the operators that we work with. So in terms of our broader portfolio of solutions that we offer, we have urban rolling stock solutions that we offer, mainline rolling stock that we offer, locomotives, components, infrastructure and signaling, turnkey systems and flexible services that we design together with our customer and based on the requirements that they may have. In terms of our presence on the African continent, we've got quite a wide range of projects that we are currently executing and projects that are already in commercial service. But on the screen, I just want to illustrate a few of our flagship projects that we have. On the top left is the monorail that is currently in construction in Cairo and expected to be commercial passenger service within the next 2 years. And then the tracks locomotive that we are currently manufacturing in South Africa between Johannesburg and Durban with over 65% local content that we've been able to achieve. We have a number of signaling solutions that we are currently implementing in Algeria, Morocco, and Tanzania. On the bottom left is the Morocco high-speed train. This is the first high-speed train that was constructed on the African continent, and we look forward to seeing, of course, a lot more projects being in construction together with the AU's vision of 2063 of having a high-speed network on the continent. And then we have the intercity train, and lastly, the South African Extrapolis train that is being executed through Kibela for PRASA. So just a little bit on the trends in terms of transportation and what is driving the market at the moment. So the first one is a shift in transport modes that we see. Because of the rapid levels of urbanizations that we see globally, because of the high levels of demand in terms of greener solutions, we are seeing a lot more demand for rail as a mode that needs to be adopted across to ensure that we have more sustainable solutions. We are seeing our customers demanding more value for money, looking for more of a life cycle sort of offering and not just an upfront product offering. And so we have to work on a more comprehensive solutions that we offer. We're seeing customers be more demanding in terms of the experience. So it's more than just transportation. It's a service connectivity that customers want to get. And in terms of the service and ensuring that we get maximum value for the assets that we offer our customers, we see our customers more and more wanting to have conversations about a longer-term solutions that we offer on our product. And of course, being a lot more environmentally aware in terms of what we put into our designs and how our assets operate over a long period of time. So in working with our customers, we design our solutions that look at the total life cycle cost. We look at financing solutions that make sure that this project we can have financial close and execute these projects. We looked at flexibility and capacity because we understand that rail is a long-term, heavy capital-intensive business. So our customers want to be able to have the flexibility to either grow their business or to be able to grow their system, over a period of time, and to be able to make decisions that don't lock them into any one system over a longer period of time. And as I said at the end, to also look at the customer experience, how do the products that we offer adapt and integrate into other modes of transport to ensure that we've got efficient travel. So a little bit more on specifically on our high-speed portfolio, which we call the Avelia. So we have the Avelia product portfolio, but within the portfolio we've got a number of products. because we recognize that not one product can be applied across all customer range or requirements. So we need a wider portfolio of flexible trains that can be applied in different markets, depending on the network requirements, which could be platform heights, which could be the tilting requirement or the gauge requirement for the customer. It could depend on the capacity that the customer wants to design the system for, or what the capacity must evolve for, depending on the evolution of the levels of traffic. We also have adaptability in terms of the train design and the interiors and what the customer may be looking to offer to their customers. So in summary, without complicating the portfolio, our portfolio is split between two segments, which is distributed traction and concentrated traction. So we have the Avelia stream, which we see mostly in the Nordic countries, which has a range depending on the customer requirement of speeds below 250 and below speeds above 250, or the Avelia Liberty, which also has concentrated traction and also designed for either long distances, tilting options, which you may have known in the market previously as the Pendolino, and also the configuration depending on what the customer is asking for. So this just shows you the level of interoperability that we offer on the high speed and the very high speed trains, and how this has been applied in Europe in this specific example. And that the products that we offer are able to be adaptable to the regulations for the different geographies where you want to operate, and also the cross-border flexibility that you get within the product portfolio. Okay, and then in terms of the maintenance, we do take into consideration the maintenance requirement at inception, so at design and development phase, in terms of the requirements for the rolling stock maintenance, the train operations in the scenario where the customer wants us to also operate the system, the asset life management, and what we recommend is mid-life refurbishment to ensure that you've got maximum value out of the assets, and the digital solutions that we offer to ensure more predictability, reliability, and availability for the solutions, and of course the parts overhaul and obsolescence support that we offer to ensure that there's maximum value for the customer. So in terms of the customer experience, we ensure that we offer maximum comfort for the customer. We ensure that the trains are accessible for people with different levels of mobility requirements, and also the aesthetics requirements for the different geographies in which we have the trains in operation. So this specifically is an example on the Avelia stream to show the level of adaptability that is possible in terms of the length of the train that you can adopt, but also the different gauges in which we can apply the same product, and that we are able to adapt the train for the different customer requirements, and to be able to expand the system over time as the traffic requirements evolve over time with the customer. So just some references in terms of our high-speed train business. So we have been doing the high-speed train for the last 40 years in terms of new products and also maintenance over the last 30 years. We've been able to sell over 2,800 trains that are currently in service today, but the balance of the trains that are also not ours have some kind of Alstom system on them. So we work with over 25 operators and have done over 10 billion kilometers on the high-speed trains, primarily in Europe, but as you can see, we also have some in the US, and the Morocco high-speed train you can see at the top of Africa, and then on the right-hand side you can see the Saudi project, which will still be completed. And just a record, so in terms of our portfolio, we have a record of 575 kilometers per hour, which we set in 2007. On the screen is just some of the projects that were most recently awarded, that are currently in execution. And of course, we would expect to see a lot more projects on the African continent as we start the execution of the AU's 2063 vision of having a high-speed network on the continent. So this slide is not specific to high speed, but just a word about what makes it possible for us to be able to access the market is that we recognize that a lot of our customers have constraints in terms of financing project. So we have internally within Alstom a project export finance team that is very well known in the market, that has been able to conclude a number of transactions where we work with our customer to bring a full solution. So we not only have the capability to bring a technical solution, but we can bring a comprehensive solution with a financing expert as an aspect which we work with different ECAs, the UKEF, the French ECAs and so forth, to be able to ensure that we provide a full solution to the different customers and to ensure that projects can be executed. So on the screen is just some of the examples of the projects that we have offered with the financing solution in our portfolio. Just looking ahead in terms of what is driving our business, firstly is green mobility. So we are focused in ensuring that the designs and new products that we are developing are greener. We are focused on finding solutions with existing products that customers have to see how we can do greener retractioning to ensure that customers are still able to get some value for some of the assets that they've already invested in. We are focused on ensuring that mobility is smarter and easier to operate and ride, and to ensure that our mobility solutions are inclusive and healthier and respond to some of the challenges that were actually being articulated in the last session. So just on the last, it's a pity the GMA is left, but on the last one is, I would like to play a last video which illustrates our imagination of what a high-speed train could look like, particularly in South Africa, in response to some of the announcements that we've seen from the government.